Alright, howdy y'all. This is Guardian of Ultima from our UOscams. It's a new subreddit that I set up. It's going to be the only place to go when you are looking for a shard from now on. And that is because I'm going to be bringing you all the dirt on all the scams that are going on in the Ultima Online community. I'm going to be making very strict rules about advertisement on the sub, and it's basically there's going to be a Hall of Shame section for all the scams and the scammers that we detail on the sub. So Outlands is at it again. Oh. So how is Outlands involved with this? You're gonna have to stay tuned until the end of the video to know that. But for now, let's just get rid of this. We're going to be talking about UO evolution. That's how it starts off today. It starts off with a post on the R Ultima Online subreddit in which UO evolution. It's posted by Rutabex. UO evolution deleted my castle and tried to shake me down for donations. All right. Sounds like some more extortion, right? So let's take a look at what it says here. UO Evolution has an annual event where they delete a bunch of houses to free up some land. I found a spot for a castle and was overjoyed, but unfortunately the admins deleted it. Tried to gaslight me that it didn't exist. Here are the screenshots. Then tried to shake me down for donation money. And it's got these emojis here with the $ face and some pictures. So let's take a look at these pictures, all right? This is Rutabex posting this. It's 8 days ago, so it's just over a week ago now. It says, here's a conversation with Rutabex and Zoe, who is apparently an admin on this UO Evolution server. Let's take a look here. I see the name Zoe here, admin, host, tours, whatever that means. There's a Dante, owner, admin, and this Kane, professional developer, listed as an administrator. All right. So here's Rutabex talking to Zoe. Hey, you deleted my castle. I literally logged in today. Okay. I think there's some maybe confusion or something. I'm not sure if it's confusion or not because I don't know who deleted this castle. But I believe that Rutabex thinks it was Zoe just because Zoe was the only person online. So it could have been any of the admin. We don't know. It says, so Zoe said, did you just place it? And Rutabex says, yes, recently. After the last house drops, right? So that's what freed up the space for this castle, right? Zoe says, do you have a location where you want the castle? Have you tried to place another one? So that's kind of weird. Do you have a location where you want the castle? I don't think Rutabex is saying they want a castle. I think what they're saying is that their castle was deleted. So I don't know how that happened, but it's interesting. Just make a note of that happened right there, right at the beginning of this. Have you tried to place another one? Rutabex says the location is still open. I just don't have enough money to buy another castle. Zoe says a castle will not fit in that location. Rutabex says, yeah, it will. I placed it. You have to put the tree in the courtyard. So when I'm reading this, I think, okay, maybe this has something to do with if the castle was deleted, maybe it was deleted because, you know, they didn't feel it should fit there or something. It broke some rules somehow or something that I don't know. But that's where my mind went at this point. I don't know if that's what happened though. It says Rutabex says the location is still open. I just don't have enough money to buy another castle. Zoe says the castle will not fit in that location. Rutabex says, yeah, well, I placed it. Yeah, I have to put the tree in the courtyard. Here's the other screenshots. It's just of the tree in the courtyard there. So you can see that there. and then that this is a valid location. This is the player placing the house to prove that it is possible for a player to place a house there, a castle specifically, just like this. Okay, so it says there's too many trees. Rudeback shows the screenshot. Rudeback says it was Maladrex who placed the castle. Or sorry, Rudeback says, yeah, Maladrex who placed the castle. Zoe says, who is buying the house? Question marks. Rudeback is saying, you already placed it. And Zoe is saying, yes, but someone has to pay for it now. So it sounds like Zoe is in the game, placed a castle here, and now is saying, now you need to pay me for it. Okay. Rudebex is saying, I paid for the castle you deleted, because now he's just saying it seems like obviously something's up here. You're not paying, you're not, acknowledging the fact that I'm saying my castle that I placed was deleted. And you're trying to sell me another castle. It says, Zoe says, yes, but someone has to pay for it, it's this much gold, or you can donate, right? Okay. So there's the pitch right there, isn't it? Right? That's the kind of extortion type. It looks like extortion to me type thing. Uh, you'll have to make up your own minds on that. But so that looks really bad in itself. So I wanted to look into this and see what's going on. The screenshots are showing, and then it says, so it says, I see the screenshot, but there's no house sign or something questioning the validity of the whether or not a player can place there, even though it's clearly possible. And Rudebeck says, I took a screenshot when I placed it, says valid. So it's saying it clearly shows you can't place in that location. You didn't have the money. You need to make a donation. Rudebeck is saying, I was thinking about doing a donation today. I was so happy from the event. But this shakedown is just too much. You were the one who deleted the castle. You know it was there. This is very shameful. This is a very shameful way to run a shard. So, okay. So, I took a look at some of the comments here. This is why Rudebeck feels like there was only one admin online. So that was when that was posted. Somebody says, sadly, this is common tactics for Dante, the owner, and its admin. Played there for a few years and left due to the fact that Dante would blackmail donators or lie for donations, find another server. There's plenty with amazing admin. Okay, so not great reviews on here. Please switch to a different shard. This is a scam. Of course, it's Outlands saying it. Somebody with an Outlands tag, so take it or leave it, There's a whole bunch of upvotes on there, though. Sad admins can ruin a server so easily. If you're switching to another server, this person recommends Alive. I haven't looked into them yet. These are some of the same guys from UO Forever. I think Alive is Trammel. I can't remember exactly. But maybe I should take a look into those and see what's going on there. Trammel with if the game's not oriented on the player versus player, it turns into a grind fest a lot of times, and that's the kind of content you can expect from Trammel. Right? It kind of goes hand in hand with pay to win, and these days it's hard to say if in a Trammel environment where you can't just walk up to somebody and kill them. It could be fake players, and then you really can't. The players can't do anything about that, right? You have to just call a GM or something and see if the GM will do something about it, right? And then there's this person, Hazo NP here, who said, these are some of the same guys from UO Forever. They did something similar to me many years ago in UOF. I logged out and never came back. Run away from that, people. Okay, so that looks kind of like just a random smear of UO Forever for some reason. UO Forever comes and says, the crap is this. Don't bring us into some other server's random dramatics on a month-old account. Thanks. If we did this kind of stuff in the past, we wouldn't be here 10 years plus with a strong, loyal community. Just wrong and rude, my dude. Alright, but it is kind of strange that, somebody said it's UO Forever. So I wanted to take a look into it. And I joined the UO Evolution Discord, alright? Um, let's take a look here. So I joined the Discord, and I took a look at what's been going on here. So here's Rutabex posted on their Discord the day, I believe, before that he was banned. It says, "Oh God, I do love house drops. Every single 120 power scroll, plus a socket scroll, whatever that is, and 2 storage keys." Okay, so these are like checks. This looks like a lot of value, right? And here's the admin saying, admin UOE saying that is quite a haul. Okay. Administrators who are pressuring players to donate, either because they need money or because they're trying to just make money and they don't, care about really delivering or whatever else, right? This is the kind of server they have monthly donation rewards that come up. And a lot of donation stuff I noticed on their website. So when, when they're really trying to sell a lot of donations, right? When that really becomes a primary part of the economy or anything like that, administrators don't like it. When players get rich for free like this, right? They do this house drop event, and this player seems to get pretty rich. Apparently there's some storage keys which go to some other storage account. At least I guess it's like a random box or something that, like a bank box or something. It's that type of thing where the key, whoever has it, he's saying, oh, they're not player specific, so extra loot on top of all this loot. So really rich all of a sudden, right? Goes and places that castle. That makes sense. That they have the money now to get this castle, as far as I can tell, right? And I actually wanted to speak to Rutabex, so I went and had a conversation with him on Discord. I said, "Hail Rutabex, just some questions for you about your castle situation, if you have a moment." "Sure, I don't mind," says Rutabex. I said, "Thank you. Has there been any resolution or word from admins about the situation or Reddit post? I see nothing in their Discord." Rutabex says, "Nah, no word from them, but it's not like I want to keep playing on that shard after having that pulled on me." Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. I hear you on that. What about the castle? Was it empty or full? I'm just trying to investigate and get all the information here, right? I placed it recently, so it only had a few chests full of decorations and stuff I was planning to use, but not much. Okay, I said, I saw you in the chat history. You got an IDOC, right? That's a house collapse, right? Yesterday. Seemed like a lot of loot. What was the value of it? All in gold, would you say? Rutabeck said, "Oh, likely 10 plus million if I sold all that stuff. The storage keys and 120 power scrolls are worth like $1 million each. So, easy sell. It sounds like easy money, 12 mil at least. Plus, or maybe more, I don't know, 10 mil plus it says. That just sounds like the easy money. The quick things to unload, the things that people want." I said, "Okay, so no shortage of money to afford a castle then. Was there anything that was deleted with the castle that you got from the IDOC and aren't sure of the value, or any unique decorations or items?" Rutabeck says, "Oh yeah, there was a bunch of unique decos in the castle I was planning to use. These are items that are basically invaluable, right? But they got looted when it was deleted. I didn't really get a chance to sort through them. I could have paid for a second castle if I sold a bunch of items, but I'm not going to play in a shard where the admins just delete your castle and tell you it wasn't there. Just won't acknowledge the fact the castle was deleted or existed. I've caught some of the staff from Evolution shaking players down in the past." Look at that. "So I'm not surprised to hear about this type of thing. Staff who are money hungry don't like when players get rich for free. And these guys are posting about new monthly donation rewards the same day your castle is deleted." But I do wonder if there was a revert at all, right? Uh, were you online from the time your castle was placed to the time it was deleted? Right. I want to find out. Just make sure that the game didn't save, and then the castle was placed, the items were placed inside of it, and then there was no save, and then all of a sudden the game reverts to the save before the castle was placed, and all the items are still at the old house on the ground, maybe ready to be deleted or be moved, right? Uh, Up for deletion. And so I asked about that. Yeah, I was in the castle like an hour or two before it was deleted. The server was up the whole time, and there was only one admin on. It was during the house drop events. People would be howling if there was a revert and they lost their loot, right? But I placed it several days before that. It wasn't deleted the day I placed it. Okay. Um, so the castle was placed before some of these other houses, it sounds like. It would be a problem if they had to delete or revert back to before this person's castle got deleted by this staff member who may have just thought it was placed improperly, or who knows, right? So I'm looking into this. I said, what is the house drop event, by the way? I haven't actually played Evolution. Um, Old houses from players that have not logged in for the last 6 months are deleted, and people can grab anything that drops. That's how I found a place for a castle. I said, I see. Did they say anything else about improper placement other than what's in the DM picture on Reddit? I said, I think the staff was saying something about thinking a player couldn't place there. Rudebeck says they didn't know how to place it properly. It took me 20 minutes at that spot to find the exact right way to do it. I think that's why they were annoyed at me. They didn't think that was a valid castle spot. All the other castle spots are taken up with empty castles, which mysteriously never get deleted. I took a screenshot of the valid placement because I was so proud I found it. I said, nicely done indeed. A castle is a nice prospect, and that server seems to have some players on it. Rudebeck says, no, the player base is mostly fake. Everyone has 2 accounts, and they get special coins for every hour logged in. So most people are just AFK. It's like 30 to 40 people. Okay, that's coming from a player there who was obviously active. I said, thanks for all the info, by the way. Can I also ask if they typically allow people to pay cash for castles or special islands? Anything like this, advertised or unadvertised, that you know about would be good info as well. Rudebeck said, oh, absolutely. They charge $100 for a house on the water, mountain, space, and you wouldn't know it. There isn't much land. And some links to the player housing. That 10 Evo coins is $1. uh, some interesting dynamics here, I said, to say the least. Well, that's all fairly damning. I appreciate the info. Interesting that they haven't come up with a response yet. I noted, they were getting pretty thrashed there on the Reddit, right? On the ultimaonline sub. Said, feel free to reach out and let me know if anything gets resolved, but so far it doesn't look like Evolution is very solid on this. So, and that's fair enough. At this point, I'm really curious, what is Evolution gonna say about this, right? At some point, I asked if they were gonna address the post. I linked it to them so they could see it for sure, and they just started deleting. They deleted the link right away, and then they started deleting everything that I was saying. They hadn't deleted me yet, like they hadn't banned me, so I'm watching them delete everything I said. It's like, okay, what, like, so I just kept sending the link and being like, are you gonna acknowledge this? I guess not, obviously. That's not a good thing, right? Like, that's not good, right? And they banned me from their Discord, so I mean, you have to expect that, right? Let's take a look here. So yeah, so that was quite a haul. So I went and looked back. I wanted to see, like, who is behind this shard, and lo and behold, one of the earliest logs in their Discord channel is Expo. Expo from the Outlands shard, if you remember. He says, I'm a GM admin, actually. Just not in the game at the moment. This is back in 2016, right? But yes, you should page for one in the game by opening your paper doll. Alt P, then click help. Type right away. Okay, so that's Expo, right? We just did a video on extortion on Outlands, where Expo is basically helping Owen as he extorts a player, right? Well, his friend is here begging to just to let him play the game, for Christ's sakes. He didn't even break any rules, right? Like, and there's Gabby Gross, right? Yeah. So that's how that relates to Outlands. I look back. Expo was there. Basically, his last posts in the Evolution Discord on the Expo account, at least, uh, are around the same time the beta starts rolling. There's a lot of videos that he's posted, and if you go in the Evolution Discord and you look up Expo and all the links that he's posted, you'll find a lot of videos to this Ultima Online Evolution. They're all unlisted or private. Every video that you're gonna find that he links about UO Evolution is all unlisted. If you look at his account, this is the oldest history on his account that's not private or unlisted, I guess. And there's a whole bunch of these Ultima Online MIDI song tracks with some graphics, for the thumbnails, right on. And then then it goes straight to Outlands with the faction Snuggles, right? The beta 5 years ago. So clearly went to Outlands. Doesn't mean not still part of Evolution. There's no way to know. But from what I could find out, these are some of the videos here. But from what I could find out, let's take a look again at the staff hierarchy here. Sorry, it's back here, I guess. Oh, yeah. Dante, owner, admin. Don't know if that's Expo. Zoe, admin, host, I don't know. But this Kane, professional developer, it says, as an administrator. So I looked and I noted that this Kane just started posting in the channel, no introduction, and just all of a sudden started posting in the channel a few months or in the months leading up to the last post by Expo in that channel. So that could be Expo. It's hard to say if Expo is still there, but to have this kind of thing happening a week, just a week after basically a week after I did the extortion video on Outlands. Now all of a sudden, this Evolution is getting posted about, same kind of tactics and everything, and same kind of thing going on there. It's almost like saying, well, I guess nobody's gonna stop me or something. Maybe I'll just do it on my other shard or something. I don't really know, because I don't really know, right? All I know is these are the facts. You're gonna have to make up your own mind. Expo was GM admin. His final posts aren't goodbye or anything. It just drops out. There's no communication there about leaving or anything like that. So for somebody who's making all these videos and is so active, it's kind of strange, right? It obviously probably has something to do with Outlands. It's hard to say. Professional developer, maybe, right? Hard to say, but that's why it turned out to be extortion again. Here's one other thing I wanted to show you about UO Evolution. Here's their rules. In general, I would like to impose as few rules as possible, it says. It's huge. The whole rules page is giant. So it's hilarious. It's gaslighting right off the start. and let the shard balance itself out. That being said, it is your responsibility to know the rules. Read all the rules. It says right there at the bottom. And abide them. Ignorance of the rules is no excuse. It also says in the rules right here, rules will change as we continue. The rules may change. This is great, right? Rules will change as we continue to develop this shard. On occasion, expect us to remove items from the game. Like people's whole castles, I guess, and then ask for donation money right away. Yeah, that's pretty suspect. I'm gonna rank this one evolution in the Hall of Shame. This Expo person needs to go in the Hall of Shame. Um, and and that's all I got for you there. So that's so tune into the UOscams sub. I'm gonna build that up. I'm gonna design it. It's obviously gonna be nice, and definitely stay tuned to that. If you're gonna be looking for a shard anytime in the future, I definitely stay tuned to that. And I suspect there's a lot of people that are gonna be looking for shards. Because all the shards right now are pretty bad from what it looks like. I guess I'm going to stay tuned because I'm going to look into some of these other shards that I haven't played before because they're not really shards I would normally play, but I'm gonna take a look and see what's going on there because this is kind of ridiculous if this is going on still. So stay tuned.